Hey guys, it's me, Jill, from Creating with Love. How is everybody? I hope you're blessed tonight. I hope you're blessed every day. This is an ornament I made from a stamp set, and you'll find the materials are quite surprising. So the back says joy, and then the front says to the world, and I put a church scene with trees on it, and you'll see how we do that. It's a stamp set. It is decorative paper from a certain 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and let's just get started, and we will try to duplicate this. Okay, so I'm going to keep this in the background so you can see what we're doing. Okay, and it shows. Now, I have toilet tissue rolls. So, our first step with these is to flatten them and then clamp them for several days. I've done that. So now I'm going to take the clamps and I'm going to put them in the box. So now we are going to take glue, okay? And I showed you this in another video, but I feel that I have to show you again. Now we're working out of a box plus a pile of things, because everything wouldn't fit in the box. Oops. Okay, see all that glue inside there? We're just going to swirl it around because it just globbed out. We're going to swirl it around on the inside, and then we're going to go to the other side, take the glue we have, and just swirl it around to the edges on the inside. So, and then if it's too wet in there, like we're going to do that with this one, just wipe the excess glue in there. And we're going to do the same thing with all three of them. Okay. So I think you have the picture here. So now I'm going to do the rest off camera. Just make sure you try to get all the way down, touching in the middle. Okay, I'm going to do the last one. Now, I already glued these two pieces together, and I'm going to glue this one on this one, and then we're going to flatten them all out with something heavy. And I have a beautiful, and it smells really nice, candle, and it works perfect. Now put this back. I don't know. Oh no, I just dropped that in the back of the desk. All right, so now we're just going to make sure they're straight onto each other and just press down as you're squishing them together. And you're going to get some excess on the outside, but that's all right. Just wipe it off. And then, see how flat they are? They're not going to stay that way if you don't put something heavy on them. So we're just going to leave the candle on it. Okay? Now, I forgot to show you a step. With each one, with each cardboard that we squash down, because these are already done, we should poke a hole in it. Line it up to the other one like this, okay? Line it up like this, and then just poke a hole through with your hole punch like this, okay? Just line it up with the holes. I forgot to tell you that. I'm rushing myself and I'm getting nervous and I don't know why. So I have 2 already made. So we're going to make this one with the bigger hole. Okay? No, wait a minute. We're going to make the smaller one. So we're going to make this one. And I'll be right back. So we have our already made one. I had to peel all the glue off my fingers, by the way. So we have our already made one. We're going to need this bling sometime in the future. Okay, this is from the Dollar Tree. It is called bling wrap or diamond wrap. It's a 9-foot roll. I don't think they really sell them anymore. I think you can get them in bulk. I looked it up. It's 32 rolls for $32. Not bad. I think I would get that because I use a lot of bling. So I'm going to set this in the box, and we're going to set this piece aside for now, and we're going to work on the face of our cute idea. So we're going to take out our stamps, and I also have to take out my embossing embossing gun. Okay. And I'm going to plug this in. That's my embossing gun, guys. Got that at Joann Fabrics for half price. I think I got it $15.99. I got it half, or $19.99. I got it at $10. Okie dokie. So the first thing I want to do is get my clear acrylic thing. I'm going to put my embossing gun over here first. I have this piece of paper out for a reason, because I have white embossing powder, okay? And I don't want this to get everywhere. I want to catch it. So I have a green piece of paper. Hold on, I gotta find it. So I found my kind of like piney green piece of paper. See how that is? And I have a white stamping pad right here, and it is Memento Luxe mixed media. It's for mixed media, but it is wedding dress white, and this stays pretty wet, and I like it. But this is I forgot what they call it. This is the kind of stamping pad you'll need for it to stay wet. It's pigment ink. So we're going to just turn that over, and we're going to stamp 2 trees. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to stamp 2 more trees. Okay, so now I do want to show you that I have a stamp pad. I have a stamp cleaner. This is my stamp cleaner, and yes, I've used it a lot so far. I bought this last year trying to stamp, and all you gotta do is rinse it under water if you're going to use it, and just wipe your stamps off in it, and then get a dry cloth and just pat them dry, and they're clean. Sometimes you can have a it's called Stampendous, and it's a kind of like a soapy mixture to clean your stamps off as well, and you just rub that on your stamp pad cleaner. So anyways, on with the show. We're going to put embossing powder on all of the trees. All of the trees. Then, oh, don't cover it, because we're going to pour it back in there. I want to cover that because that can get messy. See how the trees are? Isn't that cute? So now, yeehaw, come on. We are just, oh, we got a piece of hair in there. We are just going to just collect it up and pour it back in. Now, don't forget to put the cover on it. So, I am going to turn on my embossing gun. I gotta take something long to hold it down, so I'll hold it down with my scissors. Last time I burnt myself. So it's gonna make a little noise, but we're gonna emboss this. And you do even strokes. And you'll see it's starting to turn white. Look how it's changing, guys. Isn't that cool? It turns into like a hard plastic on the sheet of paper. And it looks like little snowy trees. I hope you heard that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to emboss again on here. So you see how that's done? Look how shiny they are. They're so cute. So now I have dies in the shapes of the trees. I got a die set. So I am only going to cut out one of the trees, or possibly the church, on camera. But first we're going to stamp everything out. Now I'm going to take this sheet of paper. Did I want that, or did I want the other? Yeah, I want the other gray. Okay. We're going to take this gray. Hold on. Can I tell the difference between my grays? No. Okay, I found the gray I want. I'm going to take my trees off and put them back on. Oh, put them back on here. So now I'm going to place my church stamp on the block, which it fits perfectly. It fits. Open my black ink. Tap the stamp on it. I tell you, I'm not used to the clear blocks. I'm used to the wooden blocks. But I kind of like the clear blocks better, so you know where you're putting your stamp. And we're going to stamp our image 2 times. Okay. One and 2. So I want my words that I'm going to put on here in the same background color, the same color. Okay. I wish I could just remember what I'm saying. Hold on a minute. So now, I just excited myself. I have, it's dirty. Is this dirty or what? Okay, so now I have Peace on Earth. And there's a die cut for that. It'll be cut out in the shape that it's in, which is a good thing. And I have red pigment color and red, what is this called? Tinsel embossing powder, red tinsel embossing powder. I haven't been able to use anything like this for a long time. Now I can. So we're going to go and then we've got to go clean this one. You got to clean these immediately, because if you don't, you're just going to have a mess. Okay, we got the Peace on Earth there. I'm going to put it back. And there's one more I want to use, and it's in this package, I believe. Hold on, I'll find it. So I found what I was looking for. It is Joy to the World, and we're going to do the same color, okay? We're going to emboss this again. Okay, Joy to the World. I gotta clean that off. Sorry guys, but this is the art of stamping. Kind of why I don't stamp, because I don't like cleaning them off. I like using them. Okay, so now the pigment is wet, hopefully. And we're just going to pour our embossing powder all over the pigment, all over the stamped images. Remember to have your paper down. Once again, gently tap the back. Okay? If you have a brush, try to brush it off. I have a brush. Brush it off around and in between. Okay? There you go. If you have that embossing powder, I suggest you use it before you put embossing powder on it, so it won't stick to the paper like that. Remember to put it away immediately so you don't lose it all over the table when you blow your pen, your embossing gun when you turn it on. So here we go. We're going to emboss again. And this paper is big enough that I could hold it, but I'm going to hold it with my fingers, but I'm going to hold it. So watch it change, guys. There it goes. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, how pretty. Okie dokie. There we go. We're not going to emboss anymore, so I'm going to put it away. So there is your embossed pieces of paper. Look how pretty that is. Okay. It is going to be a pretty long tutorial. So I think that I'm done stamping, maybe? Uh-oh. Okay. If I'm not, I'm not. Okay. So now I'm going to drag out, so you can see, I'm going to drag out my cutting tool. Alright, so the reason I did 2 churches is because I'm going to get a cutout piece here that I'm going to put over here, and the door is going to open up on a church, on a new, you know, the church underneath. So here is my new Sizzix machine. And I put it backwards, but I'm going to hold it anyway. Okay, so uh-oh. Yes, the dies move, and I should be using some tape to hold them. But okay, here we go. If you can see what I'm doing, it's very hard to do this backwards. Okay. Okay, that was one. So now I have to do the other church, and I'll do that off of camera, but I'm going to show you how it cuts out. You take these, and there you go. Peace on earth is cut out. Isn't that adorable? So we're going to put this in that little cup. Our trees are cut out. Here's the die, and here's one of the trees. Okay. And wherever the other tree went over here. Okay. Okay. Come here. Here's the other tree. So they kind of look like frosted trees. So here's one church that was cut out. And I think I need my pokey tool to get it out. Okay. And there's your little church. But we're going to place it on top of another church. Okay. So I am going to cut out another church. Hold on. Okay, I made a mess, but I cleaned it up. Okay, we have all these little pieces that go together. Okay. And all of our little pieces of ephemera, I would say we made. Okay. But I am putting these out for you to see what we have. Now, all these little trees aren't going to go on here. I just made them just so that you could see how I make them. So I'm going to show you the pieces we have and then put them back in the cup. Because now we're going to work on the body. Okay? Then we're going to color some of the pieces in like I have colored here. I should have done that before I cut it, but I'm a backwards kind of girl. I hope you don't mind. Okie dokie. So we'll make something to put joy to the world in. Now for the body. Here it is. This is the body of the whole thing. So now we have this piece of paper, and it came in one of my paper packs, the 12 by 12. I don't remember which one. It could be the log cabin one. It's a Christmas pack. So what we are going to do is we're going to turn it over, and we're going to place randomly our toilet paper rolls randomly. We're going to line it up all along here and just make lines randomly down the end here so that we can slice a piece off. We're not measuring. We are, but we're not. So there we go. Now I'm getting my trimmer, and I think this is the only thing you need to use the trimmer for. And we're going to slice that piece off. See how nicely it lines up? And voila, we have that one piece that we're going to use. And this other piece we could just put away to use on another ornament. Isn't that adorable? And we could just wrap this around another ornament and use the excess house to pop up. That's an idea. Let me see. It sort of fits. We can just... Okay. I'm getting ideas as I do these. Okay. Now we are going to lose the holes, but we're going to glue. We're going to use our glue, okay? The glue stick, because it won't warp the paper as bad as wet glue. And honestly, this works really well. And what keeps it together is the hot glue with the bling. So we're going to put some glue on the sides here. And on this side, remember, get all the edges. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter what the pattern is, because this is just a regular snow pattern. And I kind of want to start right from the middle. And we're going to just wrap it around. We're going to make sure that we spread glue on this side too. I didn't want to do it at first because I would have gotten glue all over the table, the desk. Okay. So now all we're going to do is just continue to wrap it around until we meet in the middle. And then we're going to trim it. As straight as we can. Then we're going to glue up the rest. Yes, we're covering the holes, but don't worry about it. Okay, that should dry. Now we're going to burnish the whole thing. This is hard as a rock. Okay. Okay, Now, beautiful. I told you this is going to be long, guys. Okay, I don't. I'm wondering, yes, I could pull it out. I don't like this one. I'm going to put my Gorilla Glue in. This one is way too stringy. Don't like it. Wonder if I got it in right. So I found the hole where I was just prodding around with something. And now I'm going to just re-poke, ow, that hole. And I think I'm going to do it with the sharp side of my wire. And there you go. Your hole is back in there. Now I'm going to twist it open. Okay. There we go. We got our hole back. Doesn't look good right now, but it will. Don't worry about things. Okay. Okay. So now for the bling. I would like to put the bling on first because it was hard to put it over these little pieces here. Okay, so I'm going to start on the bottom and start the bling halfway. And you're going to see, here we go, that we are going to put the middle piece on in the middle. Just line it up all in the middle. And then you'll see when we fold it, we don't have to cut it or anything. We're just going to fold it over. Make sure you line up the middle part on the edge of your ornament. And when we get to don't worry about it. When we get to wrapping all the edges, I'll show you what to do with the excess pieces of bling. Hope you can see what I'm doing. It's quite hard. Okay. It's hard to show you guys. I'm just going to kind of, I'm not putting a large line on there. I'm just putting a really thin line. And that's why I like this more detailed nozzle on this glue gun. Because it helps you not to glob on so much glue. Just keep going round and round till you get to the end. Don't think the glue stick wants to go down there. Wow, I'm very hot. I think I'm going to have to open my door because I have the fan blowing the cool air from the air-conditioned room through the kitchen into this room, and it is getting stifling hot in here. But I keep putting you guys on pause, which is, it's okay because it doesn't waste time for you. This is not going in. There it is. Thank you. Thank you, glue gun. The other, the clearer glue stick, I got so many strings from it. It was so frustrating. I mean, so frustrating. I had tons of blobs sitting underneath my glue gun and tons of strings everywhere on the ornament. So I was just so frustrated. With it. Cleaning it up, constantly taking the strings off my fingers. It made it so I really couldn't just work with it as easily as I wanted to. Okay, so we're going to come to the end here, and we're going to snip. Hey, come on. Yep. I'm going to snip the end there. Okay. A big glob of glue came up there. So, now, I know I have to fold all the sides down. So we have to snip each corner, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I snipped a couple already. Just like that. Just snip the two strings that are attaching the blings on the side. Now we're going to do the other side. Get up and under and snip the two strings. Okay, but you leave in the middle one intact. It's almost like making a box, but no, you're framing your ornament. And there you go. So now we're going to, I'm going to show you up here how we're going to fold it over. Okay, fold it flat, right down onto the glue. Now do the bottom, the opposite of the top. Put your line of glue in. I think and push it down into the glue without burning your finger now. Okay, see how that is? It's nice and flat on there while the others are sticking up. So now you have an extra gem on the side here. You're not going to fold it on there. You're going to get up under there and snip it off. There it goes. And another one. And we're going to snip it off. And then another one. And snip it off. You're going to do this for this side and the next side. Sometimes they'll give you a problem like this is. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we're going to finish the sides, and I will finish the back. Off camera. Okay. One little line of glue will do ya. Okay. And there's that. So now we have a framed piece of canvas waiting for your artwork. And yeah, you do have a like a seam down the middle. Don't worry about that. People won't see it when it's hanging on your tree. So now I'm actually going to take my little pieces of church and I'm going to follow that. I have brown and I want to color parts of the roof brown. Yep. So these are like a terracotta roof and this is like a terracotta color. So that's kind of pretty. These are just plain old colored pencils from, I think I got them at Michael's. This roof. So this roof is brown. So I'm going to find a brown pencil and just color it brown. There you go. You don't have to get too intricate. The reason I'm doing this church that is cut out more intricately is it's going to sit on top of the other church. See the door, how it opens? I'm going to color that red. Just got to go around the trim. I'm not good at coloring, so kind of like my hand shakes a little bit. So forgive me if I go off a little. All right, now I need a red pencil. I have a nut in the background singing his head off. Why? Why? And I'm doing a red door because I grew up not really going to the church, but once in a while going to the church that had red doors in Connecticut. Okay, so that's enough of that coloring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of glue, and I'm going to just put the glue on the back of this one in little tiny spots, and we're going to attach it to the other. And I want the door to open. So I actually need to put a darker color on this door so when it does open, we don't really, we have a distinguished door. Okay. Now we're going to match the church up with the other church and make it a little bit of 3D. See that? Now this door will open and you'll see the blue in the back. All right. I'm going to put yellow for the windows because the lights are on. Okay. Now we're going to do, I don't know why this eave was cut out, but we're going to put the eave in there. Very, very tiny pieces. But that is my first die and stamp set I have used, and I had a lot of fun with it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of glitter paper. I don't know if you see the glitter. Yeah, now you can. And we're going to make a couple of hills up. Okay, so I cut out a square the size of the ornament. Now I'm going to make a wavy, like for a hill, 2 wavy lines. I just want one to fit. Let's see how I did this. Okay. I want one to fit. There we go. That's all going to fit. I want one to fit, and then the other to fit the other way. So now I'm going to paste this one up here, in here. So how am I going to? Okay. And the church will go right about there. And the bottom one will cover right about there. Okay. Hold on. All right, so now I put my mounting tape on this one, and I'm going to leave it alone here for now. I put it on the bottom where I want it to stick, right there. And we're going to tuck it behind the beads. Then I want the church to go like that. But I also want the hills behind the church. Yep. So I'm going to peel these off, and they won't come out. This is pretty sticky mounting tape, and it's from the Dollar Tree. So now I'm going to just take that guy out and slip this one in. Now all I gotta do is slip this dude in here. Okay. I'm gonna get my double-sided tape, which I need to find it, and a combination of double-sided tape and mounting tape. So I'm going to just cut this in half. Ooh, it's sticky, sticky, good. I like it this sticky. I'm going to burnish that down. Take some of this off, and I need to go to the very edges with this, so it will go down in there and stick. There it is. Then this will go on the steeple here, right there, and this will go across the back of the church right there. I'm just trying to build this all for you guys to show you how I did it. So now I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this tape here, because if we go to slide it in dry, it's going to stick like the dickens in there. So, well, we don't want it to stick. So now we need to fit it in there. Make sure your door opens, guys. Okay. And make sure you have your church where you want it. That's pretty good, because we got trees. The door's open. See? Now we have our peace on earth, and it doesn't have to stay there. We don't even have to put anything on the front, because you know what? We could put the littler one on the front, but we have to frame it. Joy to the world. So let's kind of get our little trees out. And we're going to do the same type of fitting for the trees. So notice we have one tree down on the hill back here, one tree down on the hill, one tree up and back, and one tree up and back. So I have this one tree ready to put in, to slide right in back here. Okay. And I'm just going to press. And it's just going to stay there because it's got the two-sided tape on it. All right. Now I'm going to have a big tree up here in the background. And then I'm going to put a small tree down here. Okay. So up at the top of that big tree, we're going to put a little bit of mounting tape. And on the rest, right here, I know this is very little, guys. Very hard to see. We're going to put the tiniest piece of two-sided tape. Burnish that on so the peel comes off easy. And then we're going to peel this one off. And notice how it looks all one level though. One level. Sorry about these. Working on one thing at a time. Okay. And one more tree. We need a little tree to go on the bottom, like right there. Okay. Like right there. Okay. So now we're going to, oh, I put it over there, but I want it over here. We're fine. We're doing different. Kind of like a different scene. This is such a long tutorial. There, peeling that. There's our trees. So a church on a starry night. And we need to frame our joy to the world. So what I'm going to do is just frame our joy. And then we'll frame our peace on earth. Okay. Alright, so now I put two-sided tape on these two little pieces of paper. And then we're going to cut them out. We're framing them. I'm going to go as close as I can to the edge. Trying to keep it straight, guys. Okay, that one's okay. Okay. Now you're working with paper. It's only paper. The hard part is keeping your cuts straight. Now, we are going to pop it up on red. Just a little bit. So we just turn them over and put our little pop-ups on it. Mounting tape. I'm going to put it on the red so that we can have two nice colors. I know you can see what I'm doing, can't you? Okay. Stop being silly, Jill. Okay, we're going to take this one off. And there we go. So now I'm just going to snip these out and trim them out. Watch. There's your joy. I enjoy doing this. The problem is the videos come out really long with these. Now we're going to put, oops, that one's just a little too thick. Now we're going to put our double-sided tape on and just attach those. I'll do it off camera. So I have my double-sided tape on the back of these, and this one says joy, so we're going to go underneath the cross. And we're going to press it down really, really hard. Whoops. God bless you, Louie, my kitty, to the world. Press it down. Then we're going to take our piece on earth. And maybe we'll use a couple of the trees on the bottom. That kind of looks cute. Peace on earth. So maybe we will, well, we need to do it with the same colors. So I am going to paste this one because I got to cut around it intricately. Okay. So brown first. I'm going to use this brown because it's the smaller piece I was working from. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll just trim it out. Nope. It needs to be cut around like a cloud. Because that's what it really calls for. So I'm just moving it around. Then I'm going to do it again with the red. Okay? I've got all my little trees. Okay. Oops. And as you fussy cut it, you just follow its lines, that's all. So there you go. You won't need glue for that. You just pop it up with your stuff again, your mounting tape. I'm making such a mess. But that's okay, guys, right? Okay, so that's going to be popped up. I'm going to put it right under the hole. There's your piece on earth. Now we're going to work on our little trees. So I am going to glue the trees down bigger, okay? And pop up the little trees. Only need that big. And if it shows through, you just trim it. So now, you see I have a different design on the front. Slice a very thin piece again. Trim it if it goes over. You're only trimming the white piece on the back, okay? Okay. Now you have a little grove of trees with your piece on earth. You have your church on the back here with the little trees around it. And this one doesn't want to stay, guys. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble with this one. Okay, wait. We're going to fix that with the stickier tape. With the mounting tape. That's going to stick. Okay? And it goes off, but you can trim it just a little bit. Okay. Now we have ribbon because I can't find the little things, the littler strings to put through. So we're going to do ribbon. Sorry for the mess here. If I could open the ribbon. So I always seem to stick with silver, and I got this, I believe, at Walgreens. I was looking for it for a different project that I was doing last year, and I never opened it. So I'm going to take about that big. About that big. Okay. So it's generally about this big. I don't know how long that is, but we'll trim it. And I'm getting tired, you could tell, huh? We're going to put our little hooky-doo on it. This is like an old ornament that I bent into a U, sort of, or a V. And we're just going to push go through the hole on your ornament. Okay. Pull the loop part through. Okay, come on. Ah! Okay, it doesn't want to come off. Now when you get the loopy part through, you put your fingers through the loopy part, like I feel right now because I'm getting tired. Grab the two tails, pull through. Okay, now I want to make a tie in it. So I'm going to make another loop and pull another loop through. Voila. You can hang it off a tree. Now we're going to trim this. Like so. Okay, now we're not done. We have one more thing to do. We have puffy paint, so all right. So now see all those little tiny dots there? We're just going to put an indiscretionary little tiny dot in places where it would bring the snow out. These are all snowflakes. And I'm not going to do lots and lots of dots. And this puffy paint will dry overnight. And then I'm going to do the steeple because there is snow on this building. And down the sides here on the roof. A little bit on the eaves. And the trees are good. So now we're going to turn it over and put our little dots in different places. I'm not going to do too many. You know how we have like big snowflakes and little snowflakes? Then sometimes we get a ball of snow that hit us. And you're like, what's that? That hit my nose and it got me all wet. Well, sometimes that happens in fantasy too. So there you are. There is your ornament. And I hope everybody liked it. I hope you had, I hope you had a great time watching it. I need to lay this down so it doesn't drip. Now that snow on the roof is going to be 3-dimensional. And I really, really like this project. And I put it in a lot more work than I did this one because I knew what to do on that one. So if you like this video, hit the like button and give me a comment and hit the bells for notifications after you subscribe. And Lord Jesus, keep everybody in peace and bless everybody out there. And I thank you for watching this all the way through. And I love each and every one of you. Keep creating with love.